What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another beer review. Decided to hit up the cellar for today's beer review, just to kind of see how things were aging, and because I have way too much stuff in there and it's got to get going. But today I pulled out one from Founders. This is the Founders Curmudgeon's Better Half. This is the 2018 release of this guy. Before that, it had previously been released. I think it was in 2012 in the big bomber sizes. But this was the 2018 was the first time they had re-released it after that one. It's their old ale, their Old Curmudgeon barrel aged version. It says it's an old ale brewed with molasses and aged in maple syrup bourbon barrels. Part of their 2018 barrel aged series. Says, what tames an old ale like Curmudgeon? The tender embrace of oak and sweet maple. That's what. The result is Curmudgeon's Better Half, a harmonious matrimony of our deceptively smooth old ale brewed with molasses and time spent aging in bourbon barrels that have previously held maple syrup, because all counterparts should be sweet, rich, and utterly delicious. This guy's clocking in at 12.7% ABV, and it has a bottled on date of 8/29/18. So over 4.5 years in the bottle. I do have a couple more bottles of this, so depending on how this one's held up, I might in a couple more years crack open another bottle, see how it's doing. I do have, I think, one 2012 bomber left. So depending on how this goes, I might kind of do a side-by-side. Maybe, depending on how this one's drinking, maybe sooner than later. But we'll see. I've always really liked both Old Curmudgeon and Better Half. I don't think it gets the respect, I guess is the right word, it deserves in Founders lineup. I mean, for the Better Half, I mean, you like barrel aged stuff. I mean, you got the KBS and CBS, and even the Bastard series, Dirty Bastard. I think that this should be right up there in that conversation, but for some reason it's not. And the same goes for Old Curmudgeon as well. Based on their, just standard lineup. You don't get very much to talk about it, but still fantastic. Like I said, this is an old ale. Hopefully this one's held up. Big fan. Let's see how it is. Already getting the aroma off of this guy. Founders glassware, of course. Yeah, nice burnt orange, kind of copper, dark amber. Let's just throw it all in there. Yep. Nice kind of dark orange amber. About a finger. Kind of a medium, compact bubbles. Really nice. Man, and this thing, the aroma on this thing's already popping off. Get lots of molasses and toffee. A woodiness to it. As far as like the bourbon notes go, maybe there's a little vanilla coming off of there, but it's not overly boozy. I'm wondering if some time has kind of cut through that booziness. But yeah, this one smells amazing. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. Yeah, straight up front, loads of the toffee, caramel, molasses, that kind of sweetness is coming through in waves. Midway, I am getting a little bit of like the vanilla stuff coming in, and it finishes with like a nice woodiness, and that's when the maple kind of shines through at the very finish of it. From what I remember, this was kind of a slightly more boozy beer than it is right now, so I'm thinking that time in the bottle has kind of killed some of the alcohol heat from it. But that being said, there is a little warming as it kind of goes down. 12.7%. I would expect that. Yeah, this is actually drinking fantastic right now. Really good. Really good stuff. The one knock I will give it, I wish it had more of a body to it. It is slightly thin. And I wish a bigger beer like this had a bigger body to go with it. Nice amounts of carbonation. But I just wish that body was there a little bit more. A nice coating on the tongue. That kind of sweetness, that mapley sweetness, with that kind of oakiness kind of lingers around there. I just wish that it had a bigger body to it. That's the biggest knock I'll have for this. This is the only knock I have on this beer. This beer is aged fantastically. I'm so glad I have a couple more that I'm going to sit on for just a little bit longer, kind of see how they're going. But oh, man, I would say if you have one in the cellar now, or if you have multiple, especially if you have multiple, crack one open. You won't be disappointed. It's delicious. I don't remember how much this bottle was. I actually picked up a couple 4-packs. I don't even remember how much they were back in 2018, but you're not going to find this around right now unless you have it in your cellar, or you can find it dusty in the back of the shelf somewhere in the store. But I would say for sure, if you have one or multiple, especially if you have multiple, crack one open. You will not be disappointed. It's drinking fantastic right now. Big fan of this one. I would really, really like to see them bring this guy back as a re-release. Maybe not this year, since they did Sweet Repute already this year. I don't want, you know, multiple re-releases to come out in the same year, just because, I mean, I like to try new stuff. But founders, I know you're not listening. I know you'll probably never see this video, but bring this guy back next year. I would love to see it. Super stellar stuff. I'm still getting that finish is still lingered. That mapley sweetness. But as it is, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this one. Hope y'all find one to enjoy as well. Cheers.